grinder mentality. I grind for the feeling. I'm a real ass nigga. These niggas, they counterfeited. Staying true to my religion, they thinking that I'm a Christian. Mama thinking I'm a villain, but I'm expressing my feelings.
Yo, welcome back to the Rich Mentality Podcast. What's good? Good to hear from y'all, man. Good to see y'all. And every week, man, you know, we always try to do something different, man. But before I get into everything else, man, y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all been doing. Drop in the comments if y'all have any new gems, you know, any new books, courses, or anything that can help somebody get some money. What's good, y'all? How y'all been doing, man? You know, I got a few updates, man, and you know, some are some unfortunate, but I got to, you know, being an ATLian, right? I'm not from Atlanta, by the way. I just want everybody to know, so I'm gonna keep it 100%. A lot of people like to rep like they from this particular place or wherever they go, and really they from a whole nother land. But for me, I'm from Douglas, Georgia. I probably already told you. I think going back to Rich Mentality Beginners, episode number 1, right? So I'm from Douglas, Georgia, but you know, with me being in Atlanta, man, I got a heart for the things that goes on in Atlanta, man. So I gotta speak on this. RP the Trouble, right? Number 1, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the artists in Atlanta that kind of paved the way for other individuals as well, right? You know, along the lines of being in the trap field. But not only that, man, but just, you know, speaking some real stuff when it comes to the hip hop industry, when it comes to the rap industry in Atlanta, right? Also, man, RP the Kid. You know, I think this has been going on probably maybe within the last week and a half, right? But I never had the opportunity to really properly, you know, give them a RP from my behalf. And this is what we do on this podcast, man. So number 1, man, RP the Trouble, RP to Key, man. So unfortunate. I think Key was really young, man. I think Key was really young. I don't think that Key was over the age of 24, right? I could be wrong. Maybe Key was like 26, but nope, I know for a fact he was not over the age of 27, right? So I'm thinking he was within that age range of like 23, 27, somewhere around there, man. But either way it go, man, you in your 20s and you gone, man, that's unfortunate. That's tragic. And I don't wish that on nobody in our black community. I don't wish that on anybody that's living, period, right? And like I tell people, man, we here for a good time and not a long time. Meaning, while you're here, have a good time, but also be meaningful with your purpose. Also be meaningful with the people that you decide to hang around, right? Have a good time, but remember, you're not here for a long time. So you want to be wise with the decisions that you decide to make. So with that being said, man, RIP to those two guys. And man, Thug and Gunna. You know what I'm saying? Thug and Gunna. With that being said, man, I want to say this, number 1, because I touched on this in the last podcast, but I never really just got directly into it. Number 1, man, I can't take nothing away from them boys. Thug, he hard. Voice is an instrument. He speak, you know, eloquently when it comes to his music. In his music, you know, Thug can really express his message through his music. That's his gift. He's able to talk to you through his music, right? You know, Gunna, he got this saucy type of vibe. He got this, you know, this type of music that really make you want to dance, but at the same time, he's still talking from an Atlanta perspective, and he got this type of music, man, that's just it's talent, man. Both of those guys are very talented. However, I gotta speak on this. If you get in a position where you can take care of your family and you don't need the streets no more, why are we still doing the same thing, right? If you in a position where you don't need to be in the streets, you don't need anything that the streets got to offer you, right? You don't need anything. You know, I mean, I'm sure they probably got family members. I'm sure they probably got people who they considered to be in the trenches with from the beginning. But at the same time, man, you got to leave them people where they are. You got to leave them people where they are, because they only going to help you destroy the things that you built, because they don't have nothing, man. And I think that it's so unfortunate, because, man, they really trying to, because they already denied this man bun. Right, they've been denying those guys buns, because what they're saying is that they are a threat to the witnesses. You know, they're trying to say that Young Thug is a dangerous guy. I'm not gonna speak on too much of who he is, right? I mean, you know, anybody that's from Atlanta know how Thug rock. Anybody that's from Atlanta understand like what's really going on. It's deeper than rap. is deeper than rap, right? I'm not here to incriminate nobody, but what I am here is to empower anybody watching this podcast. Like, bro, if you get in a position, why are you doing something to destroy and sabotage, your success and your prosper? Like, all the things that you have actually built. Why are you trying to sabotage it? So I'm just kind of disappointed in that, man. But with that being said, look, I really hope and wish they beat the case. I really hope and wish that they learn from this, right? And step away from the street life. They step away from it, because what are you going to get from it? Guys are going to end up telling on you. I mean, that's just a fact. You think all 20 some guys who they arrested and they're trying to indict, do you think they really going to stay solid? No, these people not gonna stay solid, man. So with that being said, man, shouts out the Thug, shouts out the Gunner, man. RP the Trouble, RP the Key. But I'm just saying, man, if you get the opportunity to take care of your family, if you get the opportunity to get out the hood, why we going back, right? I would like to move forward, man, and let y'all know about the TikTok update, right? So now we are at 52,000 followers. We are at 52,000 followers. Man, glory be to God, man. I mean, I appreciate it. Like, I don't know. I can't even do nothing but smile, man. I wrote this down, right? I wrote this down, and I asked God. I said, God, all I want is 100,000. All I want is 100,000, and not in reference to money, but in reference to being able to influence his people the right way, to be able to educate his people the right way. And not only that, but for him to walk through me, to talk through me, right? To allow me to be in my purpose, to be in my calling. You dig what I'm saying? Like, anybody who's trying to do something great, ask God to put you on your purpose. Ask God to put you on your calling, right? Ask God to put you in your purpose. Ask him to put you in your calling. And most people don't realize I started off, again, man, I started off only doing music. It was strictly about the music with me. But I realized something as I left home. I realized something as, God began to work through me. It was this thing called a calling. It's this thing called purpose. And when he called you to do something, you become chosen when you answer the call, right? And you got to, not necessarily, unfortunately, I would say fortunately, you get to do what God called you to do. And it's not always being a preacher, but sometimes he has the right people. Everything is already ordained and put in line for how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, what's going to happen. And I follow that. But what I'm saying is that who would have known that everything that I wrote down, fall into fruition? I'm actually looking at, my dreams unfold. And it's just the beginning. I'm not finna sit here and act like I just made it, but it's just the beginning. But what I'm saying is that, to write something down and see it coming to fruition, or to see it begin to unfold, just a sneak peek. 52,000 is not even right, but it's 50% of what I already asked God for. Matter of fact, it's a little bit over 50%. But I asked God for 100,000 followers. I just wanted to inspire and influence, because I think that you can make a difference with 100,000, right? And anything after that, it's grace. But what I would say to my people here is, man, you can do anything you put your mind to. You can do anything you write down on a piece of paper, right? If you write it down, it go down. In the scripture, Habakkuk 2:2, right? Habakkuk 2:2, and Steve Harvey made this famous. But I want to requote what Steve Harvey said. But it says, write the vision down, right? Make it plain. And even though it tarries, which means take a long time, it will come at an appointed time. And you have to really take advantage of that, right? You got to take advantage of that, because God will give you whatever you want. You just got to be worthy. You got to be willing to step in your purpose and be ready for when it comes. Success is when preparation and opportunity meets. Are you ready? Luck doesn't exist. Success is when opportunity meets preparation. Are you ready? Are you prepared? So understand that, man. And we had 1.3 million views on the video, 5 reasons they don't appreciate you. And I just want to let y'all know, man, I was in my car. Who would have known? Who would have known? I was just in my car. I wasn't, trying to do anything just special. I was just like, look, this is how I'm going to reach the people. I don't got $1 million. I don't got all the money in the world. But what I do have is an iPhone, right? One of the highest forms of technology in this world. Okay, cool. What I do have is time. What I do have is time, right? Some people may not have time, but what I learned in life is that you got to make time, or else you're going to be in the same position for the rest of your life. You got to make time. So even if I did have to work in the warehouse, even if I did have to work, at McDonald's, or even if I did have to work somewhere where it took up all my time, I still would have made the time. And I have, right? So, man, 1.3 million views on the video I did in my car. And not only that, that's just on my page. I was blessed by Ish Biscuit, you know what I'm saying? Who was on IG. I was blessed by Dominique A.R. Jackson, who was on IG, and actor, a major actor in this film series by the name of Pose, right? Speaking about transgenders, homosexuality, heterosexual, just the whole nine, man. But and I know people may have something to say about that. For me, man, I don't care. Number one, man, you got a platform. Number two, I support who support me, right? I don't got no problem with, it's not my preference. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight as a ruler, but at the same time, anybody who decide to support me, man, I appreciate it. Long as it's genuine. If you decide to support me, I'm cool, right? I don't got no pressure. You know what I'm saying? So, for those who got something to say about it, hey, look. Hey, man, go see Judge Judy. But for me, I'm cool. I don't got no, look, only God can judge us. We all sin. But with that being said, just being able to reach different platforms, then I seen it go viral on Facebook, and it don't got nothing to do with me. So the video is just reaching the world. The video is reaching the world, different perspectives and different people. I got people reaching out to me in Dallas, Fort Worth. I got people reaching out to me in Detroit. I got people reaching out to me in, Cali, even out the country. It's amazing on what social media can do for you. It's amazing on what social media can do for you. So, man, y'all work on building that social media platform. I just wanted to give y'all that motivation, but most importantly, I want to give y'all the appreciation. Thank y'all, for supporting me the way y'all been doing. Thank y'all, for supporting me the way that y'all been doing, man. Look, y'all got me to 52,000 followers, and right now, yeah, it's not 1 million right now. It's not even at the 100,000 that I asked for. But granted, that it's only been 2 months. I think God has been very generous. I think that God is saying, look, son, okay, you write the vision down, you put work towards it, you make the vision plain, you have faith, and I'll do the rest. I'll do the rest. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to have faith in whatever y'all are doing, and I want to once again give y'all the appreciation. So moving on, man, I want to let y'all know that this particular podcast is speaking specifically about hidden figures, right? So, and what I mean by hidden figures, what's hiding in you. But before I even get to the hidden figures agenda of this whole podcast, I want to mention a special person in the Black history. We don't got to speak about, our Black history only in 1 month, only in February. We can speak about it in March. We can speak about it in June. We can speak about it in July, whatever the case is. But I want to speak about this famous, this great, this legendary lady, man, who put it down back in the day. And her name is Katherine Johnson. I want to speak about Katherine Johnson, man. I want to let y'all know some facts on Katherine Johnson, man. So number one, man, Katherine Johnson was actually born August 26, 1918, right? Unfortunately, she passed away on February the 24th, 2020, right? So I want to let y'all know, man, go ahead and get it out the way. She was a Pisces, you know what I'm saying? And your boy was a Pisces, so it kind of works out for my greater good. You dig what I'm saying? So, the meat and potatoes of this whole thing is, man, Katherine Johnson was a beast when it came to mathematics, right? And what happened was, Katherine Johnson was an African-American, woman who worked for NASA. She worked for NASA, man, and she utilized her mathematician skills to figure out the paths, right, of the spacecraft to orbit Earth. She figured out the paths of the spacecraft to orbit Earth and to land on the moon. Do you know how smart you got to be? That's genius. And I want to lead into this quote, the quote of the day. Before I even get more into hidden figures, before I bless y'all some more with this information, man, genius is only the power, right, of making continuous efforts, quoted by Albert Hubbard, right? So with that being said, In order for you to be a genius, all you got to do is persevere. In order for you to be a genius, all you got to do is endure. In order for you to be a genius, all you have to do is stay consistent. What is it that you're doing that you're being consistent in? What is it that you're doing that you're persevering in? What is it that you're doing that you're fighting through? Your endurance. What is it? Your endurance. So what I'm saying is that Katherine Johnson, man, this African American woman, and let's be real, man. You know, back in the day, women didn't really have no rights like that. You know, she was coming through the time where they were just getting their rights. So you know that it was still fresh. And what I'm saying is, man, is that was impeccable, being that the type of occupation and profession that she actually studied and did. You know what I'm saying? So moving forward, man, I want to let y'all know, Katherine Johnson is somebody that we should look at as legendary. Katherine Johnson is someone that we should look at who paved the way to do things other than just be a maid, to do things other than just work a job. We can use our minds too. We just as smart. And for her to work for a company, you know, entitled NASA and send, you know, astronauts to the moon, man, it's amazing. It's phenomenal. Utilizing her flawless skills of mathematics and her equations, man, it sent people there and back to the moon and coming back. And I thought that was just amazing, man. And you know, the story was so unique, different, and legendary that they actually made a movie. They actually made a movie of this particular woman. Now the movie is entitled Hidden Figures, right? And that's why I wanted to name this podcast Hidden Figures. The reason why is because what are you hiding? What's hiding inside of you, right? What gift are you hiding? What gift are you not using? What skill set do you have, right? And not only that, man, but just being like a triple entendre, man. A lot of people try to hide the history of our greatness. Why nobody talks about Katherine Johnson, right? Why nobody talks about how smart she was as a mathematician? Why do no one talks about her being one of the actually the first, you know, African American woman to do this? I haven't heard about it. Right? I haven't heard about it. So with that being said, man, I want y'all to understand who she truly is. Right? And as you're understanding who she is, as you're getting this information and as you're getting this knowledge, understand who you truly are. Understand, you know, the greatness that's inside you. And for Katherine, man, to be able to work for NASA, send people to the moon. I don't know nobody who can send nobody to the moon. I'm just being real. I don't know nobody who can send anyone to the moon successfully without dying. Let's just be 100% frank. Let's just be 100% about this, man. Who do you know, man? So with that being said, man, we got to give a big clap to Katherine Johnson. You know what I'm saying? She is a great woman, a great lady. She put it down back in the day. You know, very intelligent. Sent some of our first astronauts to the moon and got back safely. And she understood the paths for the spacecrafts, you know, to get through, for the Earth to orbit. Man, I mean, just so many scientific things inside that, man. So once again, we got to give our our praise, man, our glory and our flowers. Even though she can't smell them, man, I'm still gonna speak about it because it's inside our culture, and we got to understand how great we were as an individual, right? Being that hidden figures, you know, it was made a movie of, right? They made a movie out of this lady and entitled it Hidden Figures. Why? They made a movie and entitled it Hidden Figures. Why? Because it was unique. It was different. It was legendary. It was strong, powerful. And that's the same thing with you, right? Hidden figures. What are you hiding? What gifts are you hiding? What skill sets are you hiding? What do you have? What are you sitting on? What hidden figures, you know, that people will remember you by? What hidden figures do you have that people will remember you by? What's your purpose? When you refine and master your gifts, people will call you a genius. The same way that they did with Katherine Johnson. The same thing they did with Jay-Z. The same thing they did with Albert Einstein. The same thing they did with Mark Zuckerberg. So what will people see you as? And you have to make yourself valuable. You got to give value to the people, right? It's easy. This is exactly how this works. If you see a mechanic and your car is broke down, you're gonna pay him, make a transaction because you see him as what? Valuable. If your teeth hurt, you're gonna call who? Not the tooth fairy. You're gonna call the dentist. Why? Because your teeth hurt, and you look at them as a person who has specialized information or specialized knowledge. And when you go to that particular individual, you are expecting to get a particular service, and that's the same thing with you. What do you have that people will see as value? What skill set, what gift do you have that you must refine so people can look at you as an expert and a specialized person with knowledge, and they're going to pay you. And that's what's going to make you a legend. That's what's going to make you strong. That's what's going to make you big. That's what's going to make you great. What is it that you're sitting on? What are your hidden figures? Why are you hiding your gift? Why are you hiding your skill sets? Why are you hiding the things that's making you important? That's your gift will make room for you. What are your hidden figures? Right, and that's why I'm going so hard on this, man, because Hidden Figures is something. It's more than a movie. I watched the movie, I seen it, and again, the lady, she was very intelligent, very smart, great at mathematics. I mean, even from a kid, right? Even from a kid, great at mathematics. But what I'm saying is that I seen a bigger vision, I seen a bigger picture, and I said, you know what? I want them to be educated on who Katherine Johnson is, but I also want them to be educated on themselves. I also want them to be educated on who they are as an individual. I also want them to be, entailed about who they are and how great they are. I want y'all to understand that. And that's a way to keep that rich mentality. Honestly, it's the only way. Knowledge of self. Self-realization, self-actualization. Understand that you're a king. Understand that you're made in God's likeness. So with that being said, you a little G-O-D. You a little G-O-D. You a king. You a queen. You got to figure out what's your hidden figure. We all got hidden figures, but it's up to us to find them, right? Man, look, I want y'all to understand something. You're great. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're handsome, you're big. Man, look, you can do so much more, but you got to figure out those hidden figures. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be the dead horse on that, man, but find your hidden figure, right? Anybody who's been tuned into this podcast know I have a segue of one way to make $1 million. And I'm going to get directly into it, man. You got to invest into some life insurance. Yep, I said it. No, you do not have to die to receive the policy. You do not have to die to receive the funds, man. No, you don't. Right? We've been taught that we only get life insurance, for when someone died and pay for the funeral costs. No, that's the sickness that's been passed down in our generations through generations. No, what you don't understand is that a lot of people in other, cultures and ethnic races, they pay for the funeral costs, but they also build generational wealth through life insurance. And what happens is they borrow against that policy and they become millionaires. Why? Because either they borrow enough money to start a business and they actually, created a lucrative business or a source of income to where they can become a millionaire, or they have multiple millions inside of their policy and they're borrowing that out. Guess what? They have a liquid $1 million, right? So you want to invest into life insurance and borrow against the policy. Not only that, but you're able to build your own banking system. Yes, I said it. You're able to build your own banking system and create generational wealth. Why? So look, when you actually create a life insurance policy, you're not only making your own banking system or creating your own banking system, but you're actually building wealth. You are building wealth. And this is a way to make $1 million, right? So is this overnight? No, you got to, of course, invest just like you're investing into the crypto market or just like you are investing to stocks. You want to invest into your policy and create a life insurance fund to where you can actually build generational wealth. So listen, man, one way to make $1 million is through life insurance. This is the quickest and one of the best ways to create wealth. one of the best ways to create wealth. I don't know what, a lot of people in our society and our culture always told us to only have enough. Well, look, I'm telling you, you were born for abundance. You were born rich. You were born wealthy. But you have to understand there's multiple ways to skin a cat. You can become a millionaire through your life insurance policy. That's one of the quickest ways to build wealth, right? So with that being said, man, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I don't want to beat y'all over the head too much with it. But I do want to educate my people and at the same time have a good time, man. As y'all already know, man, take a check out of my books, man. Fairly Unequal, Rich Mentality, Traumatized by Love, and 8 Steps to Successful publishing a book. Not only that, but you can check out my clothing line, Rich Mentality Attire. And look, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Thank y'all. Love seeing y'all beautiful faces. And y'all already know the next move. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.